Hello guys, this is Piglets again on your screen, and this time we want to talk about where should I keep my piglet after wean, which particular house or area, or uh, a special place that I should keep my piglet exactly after wean. Well, if we have a substandard pigsty, that is pig that is not standardized, that means we have some legal issue where we should keep our piglet exactly after they might have been weaned. Why it's like this is because of piglet where you keep them is not exactly where you keep mature pigs. You have to keep them in a place that is more convenient for them before they can survive and also give you a better growing uh, results. Yes. So in a place where we have a standard pigsty, that's a standard pig pen, that means that there must be a special house that is mentally made for wean piglets. A special house which is mentally made for weaning piglet. Exactly after wean, they will take them to their house, that special house, and put them there. So if we are to put our pigs in a special house or a special place that is meant for them, that will not give us issue. But when we are about to take our pigs and keep them on a place that we will be looking for where to keep them, it will give us, maybe it will give us some legal issue. Now, if you are running a low standard or a substandard pigsty, that is pigsty which is not standardized, that means when we wean our piglet, we have to look for a better place that we got to give them, keep them or put them so that they will remain healthy and stronger as they were when they were weaned. Number one thing is that maybe some farmers could just make a special place house out in their substandard pig tea. They will arrange one room and make it very special only to be raising those piglet that will just wean and take them to that place. That is, if they have such a house where they have kept separate, maybe it would not be so difficult for them to, or they will not be looking for place that will keep their piglet or bring them to that place after they have been weaned. In this case, before you could have such a house or such a place that you keep your piglet after wean, there are some few tips you got to consider. Number one, how clean is this place that I'm going to put my weaned piglet? Because you know those piglet, exactly after when they are weaned, they will be very young, very fragile and very soft. Most of the bacteria that are already in the pig's tea, their body will not be able to eliminate those bacteria. Those bacteria are more stronger than their immune system to eliminate them, unlike the mature pigs. So you got to consider the cleanness of the place that you are keeping them, the temperature, and how safe is the place from other prey. For example, if you keep your piglet in a place that is not strong enough, another pig may just break out from somewhere, enter the place that you keep your weaned pig, and attack them. You know, when you wean them, their mother will no longer be there to protect them. Some other animals may even come in and attack them. So that means you must also consider their security as well. Consider how they are protected from bacteria, how clean is the place, and many other factors as well. So since we are talking about where we got to keep our pig after weaning, especially when we do not have a standard pig tea, well, what we got to know here is that the place that you got to put your newly weaned piglet first must be very clean. If it was a house that you already put a pig or some other piglet were already there, that means before you put your new piglet, you got to make sure that you spray some insecticides or antibacterial chemicals, or you can even make fire in that place to make it very warm so that the previous bacteria that were going inhabited that place could be killed off. Yes, you must make the place to be very hot, as you can make fire there or spread the whole facility with anti-insecticide to kill those bacteria and some fungi that were already there. That is one thing. Another thing, you must make sure that that room is not so open. That's what I mean by so open, is that it must not be a place that is very wide, where it could be very cold if there is too much rain or so. The place will be a little bit congestive. That is a little bit hot in terms of temperature. That place must be a room that is a little bit hot, and it must not be so big if you are not having plenty piglets to put there. If you are to put maybe about 4 to 5 piglets, or 7 or 8 or 10 piglets, or a farrow, that is a group of piglets that has just been farrowed together, that means that place must not be so widely open place. It must be at least a room of about 12 by 12 or so, or may even be smaller, so that the temperature will be a little bit warm for them to be able to enjoy the place. Most so, it may be that the place was already a large or a big place like a hall. In this case, you have to divide the place to be a little more suitable, little more comfortable for them. Yes, and also the way you got to feed them, where the drinker or the feeder, the straw must be, will not only be one, must be more than one, depending on the amount of piglet you have. We will talk more about that when we are talking about feeding the piglet. We'll talk more about that. But now we are talking about the house, the place that you have to keep them after exactly when they have been weaned. Well, as I said, you have to make sure you kill all the previous bacteria that were already inhabited the place before you bring in this little piglet, because their immune system is not strong like the mature pigs, that they will be able to kill, their body will be able to kill and defeat the bacteria that they may inhabit from the place that they are dwelling. So in this case, you have to make sure that you kill all the previous bacteria that are already in that place by spreading anti-insecticide, or by keeping that place to be very, very hot. Get the place to be very hot so that the bacteria will die before you bring in those piglets. And you will make sure that that place is very clean, and you will be cleaning it on a daily basis. You need to clean that place on a daily basis. Also, you must make sure that that place is a little bit warm, not so open where air and wind would attack them, so that they could feel a little bit comfortable. Do not forget, it maybe you just wean your piglet in about 21 days. They are still very young and fragile, so their environment have to be a little bit convenient for them. Because if the environment is not a little bit convenient, we know that pig is a very strong farm animal, but in this stage they are weak, they are not strong enough yet. You have to keep them in a place that will be a little bit convenient for them to survive. Yes. Apart from that, you must check the roof. Make sure that there is no leaky in the roof. Make sure that the roof did not leak in case of rain attack or any other thing. Another thing, you must make sure that that place is strong enough in terms of security, whereby snake cannot enter there. Snake cannot enter there. Another pig cannot break into the place. Even squirrel and some farm animal or other animal from the wild animal cannot get to that place. You must make sure that the security of the place is very strong, because if it is not, you will discover that some wild animal may just break in and kill your pig. Remember that their mother is no more there to protect them. They are all on themselves. So you have to provide all the necessary security for them in the place that you just put them. If you don't, this may result in your pig losing their life or dying. So where you got to put your wean pig is also very essential if you have to succeed or to progress in your farming. You don't just wean your pig and take them to a place that is just take one sit on sing and cover there. Most so, if you don't protect that place well, you may discover even the piglet themselves can break out from the place you put them, get out of that place and run into trouble. This may result in their losing their life. So the place have to get enough security. Another thing is that you must make sure that you give them all the necessary injection before you wean them off from their mother. Even after weaning them, they still need injection and some drugs. That's why we need a pet doctor in our farm, so that the change of environment would not affect them. When you change them, when they were with their mother to a different environment, that is a change of environment. They need to be injected with some drugs so that their body system will master with that change of environment. This way, we will be able to save the life of our piglet and make them to grow fine.